Said it was going to be a long season, didn't I? Let's start. I'm Ben Random, and the game against Brentford. First 10 minutes, just standard Arsenal, do you know what I mean? Playing it side to side, no real penetration, no pace. Where's our pace? And yeah, I just think it's going to be 38 weeks of this. I really do. I think we're not Arsenal, we're average. Like, I'm going to refer to this team throughout this season as the average, because this isn't the Arsenal, this is the average. And there's a bit of solace in that. It's almost like acknowledging them as the average takes away, it doesn't take away the pain, but it takes away the expectation. So if we do get a win, it's more of a surprise and a shock, rather than results like last night, where it's not even unbelievable anymore, isn't it? It's not even disbelief. It's almost like an expectation to it. I mean, did you see the stat that under Mikel Arteta, from the games that we've been trailing at half time, we've not come back to win any, which shows that there's not a real bite or character there. I mean, remember the West Ham game from last season when we were 3 down and managed to get it back to 3-3? There was a bit of fight there, but at this moment in time, this team's just dead. It's just average. It's just average. I think Villa are better than us. I think Leeds are better than us. West Ham certainly are. I honestly think that if we finish in the top half of the table, if Arteta's still at the helm, that should be seen as a sense of achievement. And that is how far we've plummeted. Look at it, like the players that have come, who's pushed on? I'm going to take Katie out of that because Tierney has pushed on, but you look at the players and they've all declined. Like, I wouldn't say that there's a lot that have stepped up, and take the youth out of it, you know, these seasoned, experienced players that are meant to be taking us to the next chapter, the next level. They've all declined. I look at Leno. I'm a fan of Leno. I think, like, yeah, he might not be a ball-playing goalkeeper, but his shot stopping is there. But you can see that the talk of getting another keeper and this development of his game that he's not comfortable in has really affected him. So he's declined. Hector Bellerin's not even in the fucking team, and rightfully so if he's not performing. But why is he still at the club? Why is El Neni still on the bench? Like, it's going to be a long season. If we get Odegaard, a bit more creativity in there, but I still think it needs more. I mean, where are the patterns of play? Like, the only pattern of play that I see is the same sort of setup that we did last season, which, if that is our pattern of play, then it's worrying times for us. Because all that seems to happen is we play it from one side, we play it to the other. Tierney's the only one who has a bit about him to beat a player. He pulls it back or he puts it in and no one's attacking it. That's literally all we tend to do. I feel for Pepe a bit. I personally feel that Pepe showed last season he was better on the left. I think when he's on the right and it's on his left foot, it's not that he wants to cut in, it's that he wants to sort of cut back because the ball's on his left foot, which means that he's always going to be away from goal, and then he's trying to whip it, but the defence are wise to that. Whereas if he's on his left foot and he's drawing the defender, he's always going to beat the man, then he can cut in. And like he did against Southampton, where last season he can cut into the box and he can either finish it with his right or finish it with his left. I just think he offers more of a threat down the left. I also think that, I know we've rested Saka, but if Saka's to come in and play Saka on the right and have Saka cutting in more, I think that there's more of an option, because when Tierney and Saka are on the left, we're always just going to play it through the left because those are our players that galvanise our game. So if you put Saka on the right and Pepe on the left, you've got Tierney and Pepe, who should be a threat, and then Saka on the threat as the right. I mean, Chambers were poor, but I said I'm not going to have a go at players, especially players that are playing out of position. So again, it's down to the management. Why are we playing a centre-back as a right-back? You know, and why are we giving Xhaka the captain's armband? Like, you can say that he's played well, you can say this and that, like, you know, but at the end of the day, it still cuts deep what he did when he had the armband last time. And even if there's a minority of fans that still feel like that, I just think it's a massive fuck you to give him the armband after that. I really do. I think it was a perfect time to give Kieran Tierney the armband, as we all see him as a future captain anyway. So the club's in tatters. That's the truth. The club is in tatters. Now, is it something that, because we're at rock bottom, we completely rip it apart and start again from top to bottom in management terms and owner terms? I think that's what we should push for this season. Because if we keep getting on at the players, we know that these players aren't good enough. They've not been good enough for the past 3-4 seasons, as I said before. So how are they rapidly going to improve? The only way they're rapidly going to improve is by the manager/coach, and he's not doing that. So why don't we go after him? But then he's not getting supported by the hierarchy. He can't get the players out. But I still think that in what he has there at his disposal, the style of football that we're playing is shit. And that's down to him. I'm hearing players come out say that he's a genius. He's really tactile with like his instructions, and he's real like precise with it. I don't see any of that. Any of that. This club is fucking dead. But it's a Saturday, so I'm not going to let it ruin my day. Enjoy. At least we're just playing a game a week now. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to find a positive. So we don't have to worry about this shovel of shit for another week. Peace.